Hi everyone, this is week 3 of practicing for my English pronunciation. My name is Gracia Erita Naga, and today I'm gonna be reading, practicing Why Do Competitors Open Their Store Next to One Another by Jack D. Han. And I'm from R13 Accountant, C1 C025104. Why are gas stations always built right next to other gas stations? Why can I drive for a mile without finding a coffee shop and then stumble across three on the same corner? Why do grocery stores, auto repair shops, and restaurants always seem to exist in groups instead of being spread evenly throughout a community? While there are several factors that might go into deciding where to place your businesses, clusters of similar companies can be explained by a very simple story called the Hotelling's model of spatial competition. Imagine that you sell ice cream at the beach. Your beach is 1 mile long and you have no competition. Where would you place your cart in order to sell the most product? One day you sell ice cream at the beach that is 1 mile long. And to serve as many people as possible, you intentionally put your cart in the middle. And then, where your cousin Teddy arrives, you both decided to split the beach in half, setting up your cart a quarter-mile south and north of the center respectively. Game theorists call this a Nash equilibrium, a social optimal solution because it minimizes and maximum numbers of steps any visitor must take to reach an ice cream cart, ensuring that no one walks more than a quarter of a mile while both vendors sell to half of the beach course. However, this socially optimal agreement does not last because it is not a Nash equilibrium, and either vendors can move their carts towards the other to sell more ice cream. On the next day, Teddy sets up his cart in the middle of the beach, forcing you to stay a quarter-mile south and giving him more than half of the customers. By the third day, the ice cream wars escalate as you set up in the center of Teddy's territories to steal his customer, only for him to move just south of you to regain them. Throughout the course of the day, both of you continue to periodically move south towards the bulk of the ice cream buyers, each trying to outdo the other by shuffling 10 paces of the time to reclaim customers. Eventually, both of you ends up at the center of the beach, back to back, each serving 50% of the ice cream hunger beach course, which reach what game theorists called a Nash equilibrium. At this point, neither of you can improve your position by dividing from your current strategy because you cannot reposition your cart closer to your furthest customer without making your current customers worse off. This model demonstrates that while a spread out distribution would serve people better, such a setup leaves businesses vulnerable to aggressive competition. However, you no longer have a socially optimal solution, since customers at either end of the beach have to walk further than necessary to get a sweet treat compared to the original distribution. Think about all the fast food chains, clothing boutiques, or mobile phone kiosks at the mall. Customers may be better served by distributing services throughout a community, but this leaves businesses vulnerable to aggressive competition. In the real world, customers came from more than one direction, and businesses are free to compete with marketing strategies by differentiating their product line and with price cuts. But at the heart of their strategy, companies like to keep their competition as close as possible. This is my practice for today, which is week 3, and I'm gonna be practicing even more. And also, I found some words that are pretty hard, such as differentiating, and also what is it? Forgot. No, distribution. No, demonstrates. Well, yeah. I'm gonna be practicing even more, and I will find the point of the text that is important to memorize. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.